Hi everyone, I apologise for not having a video up in a while. I haven't really had the time to film any videos. I did have 4 videos pre-recorded, and when I went to upload them, not one of them had recorded sound, and I just didn't have the time to re-record them. So yeah, I'm finally getting the time to record videos, even though I feel like absolute crap, but I need to get them done because I am so behind this month. So I've decided to skip a couple of books and do my review for Teardrop by Lauren Kate today. So this book follows our main character called Eureka, who is told to never ever cry by her mother. Now her mother is gone and Eureka keeps seeing this strange guy following her. He tells her she's in grave danger and she comes the closest to crying that she's been in years. But Eureka has a secret. Ever since her mother drowned, Eureka has felt like she shouldn't be there either. She doesn't feel like she has anything to live for other than her oldest friend, Brooks, and the strange inheritance that her mother left her, which included a locket, a letter, a stone, and a strange book. The book tells the story of a young woman who had her heart broken and cries an entire continent into the sea. Eureka starts to discover that this ancient tale might be more than a story, and she starts to realise that she is in grave danger and that she should have believed Ander. Okay, so I can't even express how excited I was to get this on NetGalley. If I hadn't been in the middle of reading House of Hades when I got it, I would have started this straight away. Teardrop was one of the books that I was just really looking forward to this year, and it didn't disappoint. It was full of mystery, suspense, and I was hooked from the very start. So our main character Eureka has been through something tragic. Her mother drowned and Eureka feels like she should have drowned along with her. Her and her mother are very close and Eureka feels like she has nothing to live for anymore. She's struggling and finding it difficult to adjust to her new life with her father and his new wife. I felt so much sympathy for Eureka. She's not adapting very well to her new life, and the fact that her stepmother is trying to force her to do stuff that she doesn't want to do isn't really helping her. She feels like she can't talk to her father without being judged or without being put on 24-hour supervision. She's trying her hardest to get on with her life, but what happened to her isn't something that you easily forget. But I did admire Eureka. After she received her mother's artifacts, it gave her something to live for and something to discover. She became more motivated and determined, and I really liked seeing her character progression throughout the book. I was extremely cautious of her friend Brooks though. At the start he just seemed like this normal guy who really liked his best friend, but then there was a stay at the beach and he just completely changed. He became confrontational and aggressive, and I just couldn't work out why his personality had done like a 180. I couldn't work out what brought on this sudden change, but I knew it wasn't good. I was very wary of him after that, but then we found out what happened to Brooks and I just felt so bad for him, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed for him in the next book. I was also very cautious of Ander because, I mean, he was basically stalking Eureka, so I had every right to be cautious of him. He was mysterious and strange and I had no idea what to make of him. I did really like discovering about Ander though and finding out his role in everything. I'm really looking forward to discovering more about Ander in the next book. The romance in this book was the only thing that I really didn't like. Eureka and Brooks kind of got off on the wrong foot because of the whole thing that happened at the beach that turned him into a complete arrogant ass. And Eureka and Ander were so rushed, it was unbelievable. Seriously, I'm pretty sure she fell in love with him the second she laid her eyes on him. And then she just became completely obsessed with him. There was kind of an explanation at the end of the book why their attraction was so sudden and instant, but I still didn't believe it. There was nothing to the relationship and I just don't know where it came from. So I didn't like the romance in this book, but I'm hoping that maybe it'll all work out in the next one and I'll get a lot more time to get used to they two being together and them actually getting to know each other. Lauren Kate's take on the Atlantis myth is what really intrigued me about this story, and I was fascinated seeing how she brought it all to life. Her spin on it was so brilliant, and I just really couldn't wait to find out why Eureka shouldn't cry and what that story in her mother's book had to do with Eureka. There was also some mystery surrounding the rock that her mother had left her as well, so I was really intrigued to find out about that. There's definitely a lot of mystery and a lot of questions at the end of this book, but luckily most of my questions were answered by the end of this book. I still have a few that I'm wondering about, but I'm pretty sure that they'll get covered in the next book. This book was exciting and thrilling, and I just flew through the last 50% of it because I just had to know what was going to happen at the end. The ending was packed full of actions and twists and I loved it. There are parts that did leave me shocked and sickened, however, because there are characters in this book that will go to extreme lengths to get what they want, and they're not very nice. But this ending was really thrilling and exciting, and I really enjoyed it. Overall, this was such a fantastic book. It was an interesting take on the Atlantis myth, and it was full of mystery, suspense, and lots of twists and turns that kept me on my toes. So overall, this book got 4 out of 5 stars from me, and it's one that I definitely recommend. So that was my review for Teardrop by Lauren Kate. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later. Bye everyone.